Hi folks, how are you doing? The day of filming is the 31st of August, so it's 31st of August. It's the anniversary of Diana's death. It's also a full super blue moon. God, what a day to be doing a video. You may regret this in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes time, Claire. Anyway, this is another pre-film because I'm going away for 2 weeks. And unlike last time when I went away and I stupidly left no content and people thought I died, ill, been taken into hospital, got kidnapped, assassinated, honestly, because there was no content for 2 weeks. I'm not doing that again, so I've been proactive and I'm planning nice content for this next 2 weeks. So this video that I'm doing is going to be a bit of a bouncer. We're going to be going to the past, the future, the present. I'm going to be telling some stories. We're going to be pulling some cards. So get yourself a hot drink or a cold drink. Get yourself a chocolate biscuit, a slab of cake. Get yourself a nice blanket and relax and enjoy. So this video comes off the back of our recent trip to Althorpe, which by the time you get to this video, that video will be public. Okay, it's already been filmed, it's already uploaded, waiting to go, but by the time you're watching this, it'll already be on. So we went to Althorpe, which is the ancestral home of Diana, Princess of Wales. And the last time I went there, I must have been about 17 years old. And as a 17-year-old girl, I didn't sense anything that I sensed this present visit. I don't think you do as a 17-year-old. I then went back. I tell a lie, I went back when I just met Gary. We'd gone to Northampton for his birthday to watch a show. And the day after, we were like, oh, look, there's Althorpe there. Should we try and see if it's open? And anyways, we're driving up to it. It was a dull, rainy day. And I remember thinking, God, it feels heavy. It feels really heavy. And there's a part of Althorpe where you can drive past and the wall's low and you can see over and you can see the house. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to go. And it was actually closed that day because it's only open certain times of the year. And I remember driving away thinking, I don't think I'll ever go to Althorpe again because that felt heavy. Fast forward to the last few weeks when I got this absolute urge to go to Althorpe like I've never had before. And I found myself booking tickets, I found myself booking a hotel to stay in afterwards. And I didn't know why. And when I asked Diana, I was like, why am I booking wasn't keen on it when I drove past? She said, you'll see. Okay. So I asked my guide, you're not going to tell me, I'll find somebody that will. I asked my guide and he was like, wait and see. So I thought, am I going to meet Earl Spencer? Is it going to be the boys there visiting? Am I going to see this? And I went, oh God, what's it going to be? And there's been a few strands. No, I didn't see anybody famous there. But I got this video and I got this information whilst I was there. So when we got there, it was a sunny day, sunshine and showers type of day, and the energy in Althorpe was absolutely beautiful. I actually don't think I've ever experienced energy like that. It was beautiful. He's actually done it quite simple. I know back in the day when he opened it up, he did the diner exhibition, but he doesn't do that now. I think all that stuff's gone to William and Harry now, and he's closed it. But it's very, very simple now. And I actually think it's done really tastefully. It's not Diana everywhere. You know, it's the odd picture of her with the family, which I think is nice because actually, as a sibling, you're all equal. Even though she became Princess of Wales, she gave birth to the future King of England, etc. I just like how he's done it. There's the portrait, there's the odd picture of her, and there's the lake. You know, what more Diana do you want? And the big temple that he's done for her. So I'm walking up to the temple, and as I'm getting nearer, I'm actually waiting to have a panic attack. Because I'm prepared for it. I'm thinking if it comes, I'll just go, we'll go home. And as we got there, as we came around the corner, I was like, oh my God. And actually I'm filming it. And I tried not to do a lot of talking because I was processing it. And as I'm walking around the lake, I'm like, this is magical. I have never seen the trees, the plants, the flowers, the grass, the shrubs so green and luscious and beautiful and singing. Honestly, you could hear them singing. You could feel the energy of Mother Earth. The island was glowing. And the energy around it was, I was a little bit like, whoa, this is off the scale. And I actually said to Gary off camera, I said, you know what I said? I reckon the waters here are healing. Now, I'm not saying to go to Orthop and start jumping in that lake, but I'm telling you now, if you've got any type of illness, physical and anxiety, divine feminine trauma, miscarriage, rape, divorce, anything, don't label it all, anything, I reckon you should go to that lake. If you don't go around the house, if houses aren't your thing, to take a nice picnic and go sit around that lake, get yourself some crystals and get that energy flowing through you. Because honestly, you know when they talk, is it Lords or Lord Des? No, is Lord Des Bernarda's daughter? I don't know. Or is it Lords? Let me know in the comments. That place where people go to be healed. I'm reckoning it's on a par with that. I'm not joking. You know when people go on about the Chalice Well and the Divine Feminine? Well, I've been there and I wasn't that keen. Although I've been told there's a different place there that isn't as popular, that hasn't been as trampled, and that is actually still vibrant with energy, I would put that on a par with Avalon. That as in the Orthorpe Lake. And I'm walking around it and there's some people in wheelchairs that come. And I looked at them and I just thought, you know when she was alive and she'd get down to their level? And I thought, they know that frequency's here. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. It was almost like on some level, they were still searching for that healing energy. And the only way to get it was to go to the lake where she's buried. Now we know her soul essence has gone. It's the dust of Diana that's there. So I'm walking around it, and I actually said to Gary, I said, you know what? I said, this is Lady of the Lake energy, is this? Now I know very little about the Lady of the Lake. And I've done a little bit of research after I've come back from Orthorpe. So, if you've watched my channeling with Queen Elizabeth II, which was uploaded on here on the 8th of September, you will know that Queen Elizabeth said that Diana is now a fairy. Right? I am not off my tits. I swear to God, watch the video before you laugh at me. And I was like, ooh. And then I jokingly said, it's funny you should say that, Your Majesty, because on the day that Charles got crowned, apologies, I had a vision of Diana getting crowned somewhere else in a different kingdom. And I at the time thought I was off my rocker. And the Queen was like, well, you're not actually off your rocker because she's a fairy. And we kept shuffling this deck of cards, didn't we? And the fairy card kept toppling out, and I was like, well, the Queen said it, must be true. So we moved forward and we're like, she's a fairy. So I got back off Orthorpe and I googled, what's it called? Lady of the Lake. And I was like, you shit the bed. Do you know some belief systems believe that the Lady of the Lake was a fairy? And I was like, what? I didn't even know that. So I'm like, the Queen said she's a fairy. We all went, what? She said, no shit Sherlock, Diana is a fairy. I go to Orthorpe, sense the Lady of the Lake vibes. I not knowing anything about the Lady of the Lake, go and Google Lady of the Lake. Find out that in some belief systems they believe she was a part fairy, fairy form, whatever. Different belief systems have different things. And so I sit down to do this video and I check my comments before coming on the Meghan and Harry video. And one of you had put, I can't find a dove of peace, because on the end of my videos I'll say something like, leave me a chocolate cake emoji. And I put, leave me a dove of peace on that one. And you put, I can't find a dove of peace emoji, but I'm going to put some fairies instead. And I was like, you what? So I got my deck out here, Keepers of the Light. Now, you know, was it in that video? Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the Meghan and Harry video where this card came out for Diana, the goddess Diana, focused intention. This card was at the bottom. So I've kept it out and I've kept it on my altar like that. And I'm like, oh my God. So, let's make sense of this. Let's have some water while we process that. Can I just say before, just threw water everywhere then. You see water, lake, see what's happening. Can I just say before we go any further, these videos I do, the information that comes through is always spread out. Sometimes we'll get some information, we might not get it quite right, so we'll come back to another video and we'll get another layout or another perspective. And sometimes I get the odd comment that comes in. You said this in one video and you've said this in another video. I am human. And actually, if you're an authentic psychic, you know that you don't get all the information. In fact, sometimes you get very little, because what they want you to do is they want you to piece it together yourself. They don't just want to go woof and give you all the information. And I actually like investigating things. I don't like getting it all at once. I like the comment section that will go on flyer after I've done this video, where you'll all give me different perspectives and you'll all give me different stories about the Lady of the Lake and Arthurian legend. I like investigating, then we'll come back to this in another video. So no, this isn't the channel where you get it all in one video, because it's layers of an onion. It's like your healing journey, layers of an onion. Just get some water down you, for God's sake, chatting. That's all. So then I got a download this morning. Sorry, I'm doing this in the middle of, I've told you moons affect my sinuses and my eyes and my hormones, so I might get what. Anyway, moving on. We're talking about water as well. We're talking about a full moon. You see how you cannot make it up. I got a download this morning about, the Arthurian legends and all the folklore and mythology. We see it in linear time, but what I got was actually it's not linear time. When people get a download for a tale, a folklore, a book, a story, a novel, it's not in linear time. So what if I can't explain it. What if the stories that they're getting have happened but are yet to happen in different time lapses? The Lady of the Lake, let's get into it anyway. Let's get into the energy of this reading. So the decks that I've got is the Oceanic Tarot by Jayne Wallace, Through the Eyes of the Soul, Through the Eyes of the Soul by Cheryl Yambrach Rose, and Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. So show me the energy of the lake at Althorpe where Diana, Princess of Wales, is buried. We'll take a deck, we'll take a card from each deck. Show me the energy of the lake by, is this the one that's coming out? Three of Wands, motivations come out. With the King of Wands at the bottom, practicality. On some way and some form, Earl Spencer's part of this. And I don't think he knows it. And this is the interesting thing. A couple of weeks ago, he does a podcast that I listen to, and they have to go, there's three of them, they have to go off, and each week they Google something. They research an aspect of history, then they come back and share it on the podcast. Anyway, he was asked to sorry, my eyes are going again. He was asked to research fairies. And again, you can't make it up. He actually, I don't think he's a believer. But that doesn't matter. A lot of the time these people aren't, but they're actually bringing more to the table than actually a lot of people that are believers bring to the table. Do you know that? That's a true fact. So he's aware of it. He's part of the legend in some way, shape or form. Card from this deck. Show me the energy of the lady. Show me the energy of the lake at Althorpe where Diana is buried. Show me the energy. Show me the energy. Show me the energy. Show me the energy. Arise from the ashes of despair. Dust to dust. Arise from the ashes of despair. Find and hold your power. Again, very Lady of the Lake energy. Find and hold your power. I always, and I think a lot of you will agree with this, the big places that people go like Tor, Stonehenge, all this energy. When I go to these places, I actually feel very little. It's always the places that are on the spiritual map that you may find a corner of your country or a stone circle that's not popular, and you think, wow. Or something like that, Althorpe, where it's just the burial place of someone, and you go there and you're like, oh my God, the ground here is on fire. The ley lines are pumping. I always find spiritual corners for me, are always places that are not on the map, the spiritual map. In fact, sometimes when I go to these big spiritual places, I get a little bit disappointed. There's too many people there. When I went to Stonehenge a couple of years ago, too many people there, ruined it. Couldn't, it was just ruined. Same with Glastonbury Tor as well. Yeah, they ruin it. Lady Nada, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. Now I feel as I've received a huge upgrade since going to Orthorpe. I've actually got an energy within me that has probably always been there but needed to be awakened. A real calmness and a real kindness as well, and a more open-mindedness to certain things. Also as well, the ideas for my content going forward, for my business, from that lake I have never ever experienced before. Card at the bottom, smacking the card, is hope, love and acceptance. Love is yours, recognise your divine worth, choose loving thoughts. That island was pure love, pure love. And I've always said that there was no soul contract where Diana became Queen of England. Some people get beefy about that. Camilla was meant to be Queen. Diana was meant to go back home to this island. She was meant to go back home to the earth. We were all meant to go back home to the earth and to the universe. But her role wasn't to be Queen of England. She's Queen of somewhere else. Honestly, sounds like I've taken something. I promise you I've not. She was meant for so much more. Now, I'm not saying that she is the Lady of the Lake, but there could be aspects of her, of the Lady of the Lake within Diana, within this story, within this belief system, within this narrative. So I know what you're saying now, and I'm coming to this before I forget. You may be thinking, right, Claire, okay. So you said a few years back that you went to Orthorpe and it was quite heavy and dark, you didn't like it. And now you've gone back and like, whoa, love and light. What's changed? I asked my guides this, and my guide said this. Land and homes are like us. They go through purging cycles. So when we go through a purge, we can become angry, anxious, emotional, lethargic, moody, argumentative, bowely, going to the toilet a lot, feeling sickly, feeling achy, pain body. And people may come across and go, God, they're a moody bugger, aren't they? That kind of thing. When actually they don't really realise who you truly are. Because you're purging. And land is the same. And buildings are the same. They go through purging cycles. So the land of Orthorpe as well, I mean, there's history within that land. So I think at the minute they're digging up, is it a Roman lodge? I think it's a Roman lodge as well. A Roman settling? A place, where Romans used to live. Roman time place in Orthorpe. So we've got the Roman history there. Because also what made me think about this was we're going to start doing vlogs in royal palaces, me and Gary. And you're going to be seeing lots more of Gary on this channel. You're going to be seeing vlogs of different places that we're going to be going to. And I thought, oh yeah, because one of you said, why don't you go around the royal palaces? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I thought, yeah, but what if I have the same experience that I had at Windsor? That would not be fun for people or me. And I'm like, and that actually came through. I could have gone to Windsor on a day that it was purging. So if you go to a place when it's purging, you will feel ick, you'll feel scared, you may feel anxious, you may feel on edge. Some places are downright dark, okay? So, and they need somebody to go in and heal them, and even then sometimes it can be a big struggle, because land healing is so much. If you think physical healing, human healing's a big deal. Healing land is an even bigger deal. So we could go back to Windsor, and again it could be that kind of experience where like, isn't this amazing? So again, your own places where you go back to, land changes, ley lines purge. Ley lines are under the earth. They're within the earth. They're where all the energy flows. They're magical. They can be used for portals. What's under that lake? Apart from obviously Diana, what's under? Let's see if we can see what's under that lake. It's a fairy kingdom. Now, if you know, I know about fairies. I work with fairies, and when there's a disaster anywhere in the world, and we go off energetically, we'll journey, and we'll remove any elementals that are there. So, say if there's a fire or a flood, when you're dealing with any kind of elemental, they can be quite punchy. But fairies, never underestimate them. They're cute, little fluttery things, but they can also pack a punch. And if you actually look at Diana in her life, she was cute, fluttery, and she could flutter about. She seemed to, like more of a clump. We all clump about, and she seemed to just glide about. She got out of a car, it was all just glide. But she could also pack a punch. She had that fairy side to her, that fairy side, where it could be a little bit as well. Where don't rile her, in some cases, fairies can throw stones at you as well. Have you been to a park and, what was that? It'll be a fairy. They can be cheeky little buggers at times. So she has that element about herself, but under the island, it'll be interesting to see this video. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on about it. So under the island, we know it's an ornamental lake, so it's not always been there. Show me the energy under the lake. Show me what it's been in the past, before it became a lake. What it started off as. I'm seeing pagans, that pagan energy around it, maypole dancing. I'm seeing like a portal there, but the portal, it's like a blue colour. Very much like that colour actually, like a bluey colour. And it's pulsating energy out. What I'm being told as well, big houses are always built on land that's got potential, energetic potential. And this isn't the rich going, let's build our house on a portal, it's not that. It happens without even thinking about it. It's honestly like that's all I'm saying is a fairy kingdom. And it goes down in layers. And it's almost like when she's lowered into the earth, it's almost like she's welcomed back. I'm also being told there was a frequency placed in Diana at the time of birth that was a healing frequency, and it was a high-powered healing frequency that actually anyone that has cannot live a long life with, because it's so high-powered. She would have died, whether it had been in that tunnel or anywhere else. That frequency she carried in her walkabouts, in her trips to hospitals, into the royal family, into royal circles. Obviously it passed on to her sons. That's my phone beeping. So let me have another question with this. Put these cards back. Making sure I put them in the correct order. Show me the energy of Althorpe House. Show me the energy of Althorpe House. Show me the energy of Althorpe House. Seek the wisdom of your shamanic guides. Have hope for the future. New energies are coming at the bottom. What I'm being shown is that years and years and hundreds, thousands of years ago, all these stories that we're talking about, fairies and all of that, we would have been around a fire and it would have been believed. It would have been respected. You wouldn't have got, she's talking shit. Well, she's lying, she's making it up. It's now this modern world where, what? Fairies? You wasn't it? And that can cause us to have that block. Show me the energy of Althorpe. Lady Nada, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. I wonder also as well, because now I'm seeing Victoria Lockwood, Earl Spencer's first wife. And I'm wondering if when she was there, I don't know anything about her, only that she had anorexia and that was there a big drink problem as well. I'm wondering if that brought it to the surface. Maybe before she fully moved into Althorpe, maybe that wasn't as on the surface. And it's easy to go, yeah, it was Charles, he did that, he brought that up, he bullied her, and it may have done on some level. But I think as well, when you have a healing session, that's what can happen. Or if you go to somewhere that's healing, it can bring up something within you that needs to be healed. And what can happen is a lot of the time we'll go, we'll throw it out, or we'll run from it. We'll run from the healer. We'll run from the modality. We'll run from the portal. We'll run from the place because we don't want to heal it. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, move beyond your current challenges. Focus on what you desire. I think that actually there could have been a lot of healing for her there if she'd have given it chance. And maybe as well, because didn't Earl Spencer run from Althorpe? Present Earl Spencer run from Althorpe. And I've spoken about him on my channel. I've met him in the past, and he wasn't a very nice person back then. But I've said he seems to have changed as well. So again, he holds the divine masculine and the divine feminine within him. And maybe by actually sitting it out and going back, and at the minute he's doing a lot of work in organic farming, he's been able to get from it. Does that make sense? Show me the energy of Althorpe. So it's a place of deep healing. And like anything that's a place of deep healing, it will go through deep purging. Because as a healer as well, you'll go through periods where you have to visit the toilet a lot to get off that energy. You'll feel tired, you'll feel lethargic, because you've, even unwillingly, no matter how much protection you put on yourself, you can still bring stuff in. So, yeah. The Ace of Wands, growth and recovery. A place of recovery and growth. So there's no cards of demons and darkness and death and despair. It's the opposite, it's growth. Show me the gift of the island at Althorpe. Show me its gift. Show me its gift to us. Show me its gift to us. Show me its gift to us. Crossroads, a Two of Swords, and recovery. The vision as well. Crossroads and recovery. I think some people could go to Althorpe and go, ain't it rubbish here? Honestly, I do. Because they'll miss it. Oh, you know, wait, I want to see stuff on Diana. You're missing the point, you're on there, like that's where she's buried. She's already there. What more Diana do you want? Or it's a bit boring, isn't it? You'll get that. I mean, I think there was somebody that was saying that whilst I was there, and I was like, get out of it. It's a place of recovery and deep contemplation. Some people go to that lake and they can't stand it. They look at it and they're out of it. But some people will be able to sit there and want to sit there for hours. So it's a crossroads. It's a place where a choice point energy as well. Choice point, recovery. Recovery, the Four of Swords comes after Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. So it's also a place that you can go to decide your next move. So you may not necessarily need or want healing, but you could want guidance for your next move. What do I do next? Let's ask this deck. The gift of the lake to us, the gift of the lake to us. Seek the symbols, decipher their meaning. Retreat into nature, solitude. Again, I'm not judging. Some people walk around that lake, it's just a lake, they won't be able to see what we can see. And that's not a them and us energy, that's just me speaking the truth. To see this type of stuff that is all around us, it's within our physical DNA, our energetic DNA. It's quite simple to see it and to feel it. It's just, we've switched it off. Look at this stuff. Seek the symbols, decipher their meaning. I want to read something about this card, I don't know why. Oops, knocking everything out. Push that off that actually. So number 35. You see again, Queen Khalifa. The subconscious mind will speak to you in its own language of symbols and archetypes. Take note of these keys in dreams and daily life, as they will awaken ideas and realizations. In the far north of California, who lives in California? The granite pinnacles of Castle Crags rise to the west of Mount Shasta. Even older than the mountain, these pinnacles contain glyphs of an ancient Lemurian culture. These symbols appeared long before that became the native people. Their stories tell of an old tribe of tall white ones who took refuge in a high place during the last deluge. The legend of Queen Khalifa, Empress of the Golden Isle, was a tale heard by the Spanish when they arrived and hence named this land of golden poppies, California. Queen Khalifa sits in a natural seat in the pyramid rock on which are very finely carved symbols of the sunken continent of Lemuria. I'm going to get it's not controversial. Who do you think the Queen of California is? I'm wondering if our present royals have all these connections. People are obsessed by them. Some people like the gossip, fair enough. But the amount of comments I'll get or sessions I'll have and they'll say, I don't know what it is, Cliff, I just am obsessed with the royals. I don't think you're obsessed with the royals. I think you're obsessed with this ancientness. The ancientness, that's one of my words, that's going on. There's a reason why I didn't even know about the Queen of California. I didn't even know that. Queen Khalifa. Need to Google her. Apologies. Queen Khalifa. Queen Khalifa. Queen Khalifa is the fictional queen of the island of California, first introduced by the 16th century poet. I can't even pronounce his name. What is the legend of Queen Khalifa? Khalifa was described as a black warrior queen who ruled the mythical island of California. The island was inhabited only by black women who lived like Amazon warriors. Khalifa wore armour of fish bones, used weapons made of gold, and commanded an army of griffins. So California was named after her. And this is also spoken about in Muslim mythology. See, I didn't even know any of this. Ruler of the island of California. I think it's Megan. And I think again, That's why when Meghan came on the scene, it was like woof on her, because why so many people love her. She has such a fan base, but also why so many people can't stand her. It'll be interesting to pay the novel as a pagan warrior queen who ruled over a kingdom of black women living in the island of California, an island off the coast of Asia. Califia is convinced to raise an army of women warriors and sail away from California with a large flock of trained griffins that can join a Muslim battle against Christians. And again, what does the Church of England stand for? Christianity. What is Meghan against at the minute? We've got the Spanish connection with, obviously, Prince Catherine Middleton. You can Google this yourself and spend more time on it. Greek mythology. Did she wear a golden... No, she did wear a golden dress, didn't she? Again, the golden colour, the golden dress. See, I didn't even know that woman existed, and I said I needed... I said I needed to Google, and that's why I needed to Google. So, mythology. I wanted to dive into mythology now, and I can't. I'm on a video. I can't sit here. I know somebody will. Well, who are they all? I can't do that. They'll come up organically as and when. But is Meghan Queen? I can't remember the Queen of California, Lafite. I can't even say it now. It's Meghan Markle. Or she could just have the energy of frequency. It all makes sense. It's all about joining the dots. It's a dot to dot. The King of Wands. The reward, the Four of Wands, the celebration. The Page of Pentacles, opportunity. The Tower, destruction. Change, Eight of Cups. I've said this before, we may not like how she's going about it, but there is change coming in the monarchy because of this whole Meghan thing that will help the next generation. She is dismantling something. Many people may not understand what, why, how, but I think sometimes things have to be beyond our reason, or sometimes we have to get higher within ourselves to try and understand it. It's easy to go, to stay on 3D level, blame, shame, victim, but actually what I think with all of this is we're being asked to go higher. And I think this is a way of all our mythology coming back, all our ancient tales, Lemuria, Avalon, Atlantis, and there'll be other kingdoms that are coming back, other stories, because we have to connect back to understand why the world is going on, why the world is where it is now. We have to be able to understand all of that mythology. I think life is just one Arthurian mythology. Ooh, how long have we been doing this video for? 38 minutes. So, bring it back to Hawthorne. That's my doorbell going, knock, 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 knock. Show me the ley lines of Hawthorne. Show me the ley lines of Hawthorne. Okay, there's two that's come out, so they just fell out. So So the ley lines of Orthorpe, success. It's a place of success, and it felt like that. Again, if you've got an abundance wound, get yourself to Orthorpe and go with your journal. Go walk around those grounds. Go walk into that house. Go sit by that lake. Take your crystals. Make it your day. So it's a place of abundance. It's a place of financial success, spiritual abundance. It's a place of the Knight of Swords drama. It's a place where it can bring that out in you as well. I'm seeing the vision. Is it the true story of when Diana tried to did throw rain down the steps? Was it Charles's wedding to Victoria? Threw a damn picture up and just chucked it, as you do. So it's a place that can bring that out in you as well. But it's also a place of the Ace of Cups. Love, self-love, the golden chalice. Are you going to take the golden chalice? It's also the place of the King of Cups. Understanding. The Sun, happiness. Well, first of all, I've got the Strength, security, and the Sun, happiness and vitality. And again, look at the energy. It's Lady of the Lake energy, green, Mother Earth. So where did this slip again? Let's try and go back. Let's journey back to the start of time when Orthorpe became the first of that land. I'm seeing it like a desert, but it's not a desert because it's the UK, and it's very sandy, and there's one blade of grass. There's one blade of grass in this whole thing, and I'm seeing a male. And this male wanted a place to settle, and he saw this one blade of grass. Now other people would have gone, this is barren land, I'm going. But he saw that blade of grass and he nurtured it. And from that one blade of grass, it grew. That blade of grass, if it was there now, would be in the house. It would be in the house, because obviously the house has been built over it, so it would be in the house. And I'm reckoning it's at the foot of the steps of Orthorpe. So that's like the heart of the house. It's the heart of a big house, isn't it? The grand staircase is always the heart of the house. Also as well, the Spencers, I mean, we're all connected to the Vikings, but they've got a huge Viking heritage, have the Spencers. Oh, let's look into that. Let's look into that. Shall I tell you what we'll do? My eye's going again, sorry. Damn moon. Let's look into that. Let's call forward one of Diana's Viking ancestors. So I'm going to call forward one of Diana's Viking ancestors. She's obviously it's a female, she's very slim. She's got black ebony hair. It's almost blue. And she's got jewels on, or the jewels of the day. So she's quite a wealthy Viking. She's got a look of her as well. She's got a look of her. She's showing me the divine feminine wound. That each woman that came from this woman helped to heal. But in order to help to heal it, they also embodied it. They embodied the divine feminine trauma to help to heal the divine feminine trauma. I am wondering if this is Diana, you know. I'm going to say what I'm saying. I'm seeing this woman, and I think this is a reincarnation of Diana. And it's almost like this woman that I'm seeing started to create this destiny because she knew at some point energetically that there would be the need for the role of Diana, but in order to get Diana into the monarchy, they had to do certain things in the timeline. So the whole timeline, the whole energetic timeline of the family, no, the family physically haven't done this, but energetically, astral travelling, the soul-wise, to get Diana in a place where she can then come in and be her, because she couldn't marry Charles if she was a shop girl, could she? She couldn't marry Charles if she, back then she couldn't, now you could. But back in the 80s, so she had to be in a prominent position. She was almost like pieces of a chessboard for her to come in. Oh God! See, now I'm seeing the eternal flame above the Point de la Amana tunnel. And again, there's mythology in with that. So it's all mythology. It's so blatant. It's obvious. The goddess, isn't that the goddess Diana as well? Now you could look at this and go, I'm going to take this down a dark route of wink, wink, wink. I'm seeing beyond that. I'm seeing beyond that. I'm not going to let that shit muddy what I'm seeing, because actually this is so much more beautiful than all that conspiracy stuff, which I think serves no one, needs to be let go of. And actually we need to dive deeper and higher with this whole story. Now I'm seeing the aftermath of her death and the outpouring of grief that some people don't understand and can mock. People do mock people that showed that outpouring of grief. Oh, it was stupid, she was only a princess. Oh, you never knew. All that stupid comments. And I bet I'm getting on this thread. Or I should be getting deleted. Because actually, again, it's this heart-opening frequency. It wasn't about Diana they were crying about. It was something else. She held this frequency to Diana, be it her soul, be it something she was gifted, a golden orb of love, to bring this out. To bring it out, to bring out the whole candles, the flowers, the grief. Also as well, all of those people verging on London, in that week, 2 weeks running up to the funeral, the aftermath, helped to anchor in huge amounts of light into London, into the UK. Every time somebody lit a candle and placed it, it wasn't just about Diana, it was something much bigger. And I think many people felt it, but didn't know what you felt. You just felt it, whatever it was, you felt it. And I think many people that gravitated towards Diana felt it, got it, understood it, was able to connect in with it. Show me her death, seeing as it is the 31st of August 2023. So show me the higher meaning of Diana's death. Show me the higher meaning of Diana's death. Show me the higher meaning of Diana's death. I've just done a video that I filmed recently, but you'll have already watched it by the time you get to this. It's the video of Anne, the Edinburghs and Prince Andrew. And in it, towards the end, it goes proper love bombing. All this love energy comes in and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? I'm wondering if this is all the ley lines of the UK. I wonder if the UK... Now, sitting in the UK as I've just done this from the 31st of August, we're at a crossroads and we've just had a weird winter. Not when you say weird winter, a weird summer of rain, rain, rain. And I'm not talking about rain, I'm talking about, gosh, again, water, lake energy. I think the UK, I can't talk about any other country in the planet, but the UK, I think, has just gone through a huge cleansing. The earth, the energy, and us. And I'm wondering if, after this blue moon that we're on today, if there's a firing up of the ley lines in the UK. So all that old dregs of energy, of everything, has somehow been flushed out It's a bit like doing a. I used to be a dental nurse. We used to flush the root canal out, down the root canal with a, and just flush it and clean it out. It's almost like the ley lines have been flushed out, because there's codes in rain, there's healing in rain, there's enlightenment in rain. And I'm thinking that this is what's coming next for the UK. And maybe it's the same with other countries that have had fire. We're at a crossroads. More people are going to be tapping into the shamanic ways. More people are going to be thinking about the fairies. More people are going to be thinking about crystals. More people are going to be thinking about the old tales, the old stories. More people are going to be becoming curious about different things. More people are going to be seeing meaningful things in their own life, in their own heritage, asking questions, having those moments of, I don't know what I feel, but I feel it. Not being sure what they feel. What am I even shuffling on here? The higher meaning of Diana's death. Right, I was only going to do 3 cards, but one has flipped out. So I'm going to take that. 8 of Cups at the bottom. Change. Something's got to change. Something's got to change. I'm not talking about the monarchy here. I'm talking about the world. Something's got to change within me. This purging of tears, like the rain we've just had. Again, I'm doing this on the 31st of August, which I wasn't really planning to do, but kind of did plan, but didn't plan. Work that out then. 8 of Pentacles, achievement, abundance, power, money. Restriction, the 8 of Swords. Stepping out of the restrictions. Diana's death wasn't about, and I'm only seeing this myself now, Diana's death wasn't about blaming and shaming the higher level. We all, including me, it's them that have done it. It's them that's done that. I think you need to go beyond that, because actually what this moment in that tunnel, their death, whatever, was showing us was to get out of this restriction. To get out of the restriction, if that makes sense. The restriction that we put ourselves into. The Queen of Swords, resilience. Oops. The resilience. The Queen of Swords. Let me pull a card from here. What was Diana's death showing us at a higher level? Odin. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Again, we've got the Norse, Dane, Viking energy coming through. I'm wondering, if Odin was one of her guides. It wouldn't surprise me if she had Odin as a guide. Really wouldn't. Again, tapping into Norse mythology as well, Dane mythology, Viking mythology. Sacred journey and pilgrimage. Be courageous, truth conquers all. Be courageous, truth conquers all. It was also, as well, a moment when the dark, for although she was meant to go, we were also being shown what the dark can do when it gets threatened. We were also being shown what the dark can do when it gets threatened. And I'm not seeing the dark as a person. I'm seeing the dark as a frequency that can latch onto a person, that can latch onto a person's greeds, fears, traumas, wounding, the need for power. I want to Google. I want to look at this card as well. In fact, I want to look at Odin. 39. Let's see who this is. 39. Sarah of Avalon. Detached from all that is familiar, be open to transform. On pilgrimage, you live outside time. Moving through space, you shake off old bonds and a sense of freedom takes their place. You travel through the landscape knowing you will be forever changed by the journey. Such a place is the Isle of Avalon, where this painting is set. In it, Mary Magdalene's daughter Sarah stands on top of Weary Hill with Glastonbury Toy in the background. Joseph of Arimathea, cannot say that word, apologies, had landed there with his companions around 63 CE. Weary all. A staff planted in the ground grew into the holy thorn tree. Sarah is holding a blooming branch of the North African species, Africa. So we've got Botswana, that's Africa, isn't it? A phoenix, I cannot say it, but sits in the marshland, and the Tor is still a natural temple without a tower on top of it. The labyrinth carved track leading to the summit is a path of initiation. Under the Tor is an entrance to Anwan. In Celtic mysticism, this is the home of Gwyn ap Nudd and the fairy realm. She's a fairy. I'm standing by it. And she's a fairy that's been in all of this. It's all connected in some way, shape or form. Right, let's look at Odin. Sorry for reading the books. I just think sometimes the books can give you a little bit of insight. So let's look at the Odin book. Oh, he's not put numbers on it. Great. Odin. Psychic insight. Your third, we've heard that. Odin is the Norse all-father god who is revered to the present day. He is a powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing god. His twin flame is Freya. Oh my god! When I get back off my holiday, I'm channeling Freya. It's in my diary. It's to be continued. Like her, he is a raven totem. The story goes that he surrendered one of his eyes at a mystical spring called Mimir so that he could gain the wisdom of the ages. He is a strong but somewhat wild character who helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. He also helps us recognise that it's okay to have insights into what's happening next. After all, we are the creators of our path. Odin guards the runic alphabet too and works closest with signs, symbols and omens. Extended message. You are being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. You may want to plan ahead at this time. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. There will be signs and symptoms from the light to tell you that you are on the right path. Be aware of winged beings gracing your path as a wink from Odin and the light keepers to say that they are honouring your work. Honestly, I also, when I was reading that, got this. Take it away from Diana and all of that. You're going to start to deepen, or you're going to be given an opportunity to want to deepen, to want to think and look deeper into your own mythology, because Diana's not the only one that's got this mythology. You will have it as well. You will have lifetimes in different realities, different planets, different systems. You will have been fairies, you will have been angels, you will have been different galactics, you will have been demons, you will have been it all. You get to experience everything. Your home and the ley line under your homes, the portals, look after them. They will also be upgrading. So being aware of your community as well, being aware of your rivers, of how the seasons affect your home. Connecting into your home is going to be important. Connected into your land. How do I do it, Claire? Just do it. Honestly, people make a big thing out of this. Just do it. Talk to your land. Trust. Your biggest block is you're not trusting what you get. You'll probably get a really simple answer back and you'll be like, yeah, I expected bells and whistles. No, trust your land. So we know the fires and all of this that's going on, the lakes again, the rivers, the floods, the weather changes. Also as well, kingdoms like Avalon, don't want to call it kingdom, other realities like Avalon, Lemuria, Atlantis, they're coming back energetically. They will one day, I feel, come back physically, but only when the time's right. But before we get there, they're coming back energetically to see how we deal with it. So when we're walking around somewhere like Althorpe Lake and we're like, I don't believe that bullshit, well, it's just a lake. You've missed that moment. Not just Althorpe Lake, but different places you'll be walking, you'll be going, what am I connected into here? Embrace it, understand it, sit with it, visit it, journey with it, meditate with it, work with it, journal with it, connect with it, nurture it, birth it, create it. Once we're comfortable with the energy of these places coming back, then we'll start to see them physically. But that I don't think is going to be for some time. First it must be energy, and then it's physical. And it'll be interesting as well. Now, I probably would like to do this, and we've actually discussed this, to go back to places like the Tor. For me, and Stonehenge, where I thought, I'm not keen. Because again, they're going to be fired up. And what I'm also getting is, and I feel as though this is Odin, people that go to these places for the Insta-ready snap, or for the, what's this, that kind of energy, or just use it as a stomp. I'm going to stomp up the Tor. There was a lot of that when I was there. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Let's look at my steps. Oh, look at that. Even though I've got one on. I'm not one of them. Oh, God. Look at she's saying. But you know what I mean? It's almost like stomp, stomp, stomp. Oh, yeah, my steps. And it's all these places, even places that we're not aware of that are sacred. If you go to those places with the energy, it's going to bounce you. It's going to bounce you. So going to places, and this is something I've learned and I was taught in the work that I do when I go in and clear homes and land, or I do that energetically. You go in with respect. You never go in with, I'm going to get the ghosts in here, I'm going to get the poltergeists, because that'll just bounce the shit out of you. So, yes. Trust your intuition in these places. If you come across a place that feels dark, rather than doing what Claire's done in the past out of naivety and flip out with it, come away from it. Or have respect for it. Don't do what I did and come back and into this and into that. Because actually that was naive of me to do that. Naughty Claire. Now I've done this video, I can understand that I should have maybe dealt with that a little bit better. And don't judge people as well that are going through these moments of shadow purging. Just visualising light down the ley lines as well. You can just close your eyes. You don't have to know where these ley lines are. You don't, you really don't. You just visualise them in your third eye. You visualise them yourself and you just pulse light out. Another way of doing it is, when you're emptying water out of your sink, you had a wash or anything, shower, I always visualise in the water that I put down the drain, be it dishwater, hand washing water, bath water, I visualise golden light going through it and cleansing down the drains, because the drains also run through the ley lines and we know what goes through drains. So visualising that. You can do crystal work as well. You can just do intention, touching the land. We'll get better at this as we do more of it. Wow. Anyway. else wants to come from this video? What else? Whoops. Also as well, ancient gods, goddesses, ancient, I've got a Bridget altar cloth here. Their frequency is getting stronger and stronger. Who is this? Diana. I felt a message coming in and I just said, who is that? Heart awakening. Lady Nada, heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So what I feel Diana is saying, and this is the download I got when I said, who is this? It's Diana. Is this, please from this video go forward, no matter what's happening in your life, it's important going forward that you think higher, that you go higher, that you investigate, not rabbit holes, conspiracy theories. That is so last year. That is drivel. That is now beneath us. That is not going to get you anywhere apart from mental health problems and entities. What you're being asked to do now is to go higher, to go beyond all of that. You're being asked to look at all the traumas in your life, the pain in your life, and look at the lessons. What are you teaching me? What are you showing me? What can I learn from this? How can I help myself through this? Not my guides are shit because they're not turning up, because I'm sick of that as well. This whole thing of blaming your guides. Quit blaming your guides. Quit blaming your bloodline. Quit blaming your dad, your mum, your boss, your brother, your husband, your entities, your subconscious trauma. This is about taking accountability for yourself. And I'm thinking that this is another upgrade that the Earth's coming through. And that to get through it, it's about really going higher, higher. And this is not ego higher. This is not Instagram higher and all of that whiffle, waffle, silliness that's out there at the minute. This isn't about bells and whistles telling the whole world you're higher and that you're awakening. That's so last year. So 2020 actually. This is about not shouting it from the rooftops, but doing it. Going higher with your home, your land. Seeing deeper with everything as well. Some people go on a day out and they only see it as a day out. That's it. It's all they take from it's a day out. It's a picnic, it's a day out. You're being asked to see the colours within colours. You're being asked to see the words within words. You're being asked to see the wisdom within wisdom. You're being asked to see the beauty within beauty. You're also going to be asked to see the beauty within the darkness. You're going to be asked to see the beauty within other people's darkness. You're going to be asked to see the beauty within your own darkness. You're going to be asked to see the beauty within it all. The traumas, be them past, present and future. Because actually, again, Diana focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Again, and I know this can be painful when someone's going through a trauma, but this whole doom and gloom energy out there at the minute has to go. It has to go. This whole poor me life shit, the world shit, everything's chaos, oh my God, I hate this, has to stop. Because all that does is draw it in. When I wake up in the morning, I used to have an awful thing of going to Gary, I feel like shit. Going through the perimenopause, hormones, moon, all of that. And I would feel like shit. Until I sat at this desk and got on with my sessions. And then I'm like, whoa, change. So mindful, watch where your focus is going. I've not Googled Diana, have I? Not Googled. I've not looked at Diana, I don't think, in this video. Let's read what Diana has to say. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Can't find her. My tummy's rumbling, by the way. Where's Diana? Can't find her in the book. She should be in here. Well, I think you guys have got some good content coming. Diana, she's here. Diana is a Roman moon goddess of the hunt. She's also known as Artemis in Greek mythology, where she has similar attributes. She is often depicted with wild animals around her, and as she's associated with the moon, she connects deeply with the wild beasts that come out at night. Just think about Diana's death at the minute. The tunnel, the paparazzi, the wild beasts that come out at night, the moon. Honestly, she is often seen holding a bow and a quiver of arrows, which signifies her ability to help us focus on a vision. She also helps us tune into our intuitive side so that we can listen to the wisdom that will guide us towards our goal. In particular, she encourages women to move into their true power and promotes equality for all souls. Extended message. Move forwards with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. Any fear is only a reminder that whatever you are working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. You can't make it up, can you? You may be aware of night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides... Sorry, I want to burp. Rude. Let it pass. That you may be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Set some time aside to do a deep meditation to receive the guidance. Diana is the Roman moon goddess of the hunt. The paparazzi hunt. The moon. Today's a full moon. I need to Google what the moon was on the day of Diana's death. We'll Google that in a minute. She's often depicted with wild animals around her, bodyguards also, and as she is associated with the moon, she connects deeply with the wild beasts that come out at night. Honestly, right, moon on 31st of August 1997. Astrologer friends will already know this answer. Moon on 31st August. It's a waning crescent phase. Moon phase, August 31st. 1997. On this day, the moon was in a waning crescent phase. Let me see if I can... So it's a cycle, isn't it? Let me go just like waning crescent. Honestly, Kai, shut up. Waning crescent moon. So that's what it looks like. So it's like a full circle. Yeah, because the one... Wait a minute, look at this. Waning crescent. Yes! No, wait a minute. Waning crescent there. Waning crescent. Third quarter. Waning gibbous. Full moon. So 1997, I think... Oh God, this is where I'm doing astrology and I shouldn't be. Sorry, rumbling. So how many years is it since she died? It was 20 years in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, so it'd be 25 years. 25 years. Let me count. Sorry, I've got issues with numbers. I'm sure it's dyslexia with numbers. So it's 2017, 20 years, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26 years since you died. Anyway, I'm not an astrologer, so I'm going to shut up. I wonder if it was the full moon of the day. Anyway, stop talking because you're not. I hate people doing that. Start talking about things they know nothing about. Anymore, what time are we on for this video? 1 hour 14. Where else? So, final message for this video, because we will revisit this. Dual Cool, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you're on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Mother Mary, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So again, mother healing, choosing peace, Dharma unfolding, karma unfolding, stepping away from that horrible energy that's out there. A lot of it is within the New Age spiritual community. This judgy energy of they're doing that, they're taking that, they're having this, they're eating this, they're thinking that, they're so unawakened. Stepping away from all of that and actually going into love and peace. Because this planetary upgrade, and we know that the awakening is all about the planetary upgrade, the frequency of the earth. She's gone to another level, or she's transitioned to the next level. We have to be able to meet her. And I think the way to meet her is to change our outlook and our attitude, and it'll be different for everyone. But to step out of victim into survivor is going to be important too. Completion of a cycle. Take it back to that moon thing. It's a completion of a cycle. 10 of Cups. Passion. The completion of a cycle. And again, you know, we're talking about this year when Charles has been crowned. It's a completion of their cycle, the cycle, and our cycle. Let peace prevail. Magic is alive, ask your divine child. Magic is alive, ask your divine child. Let peace prevail. Again, inner child trauma can stop you connecting into your magic because you bully your inner child without even realising it. And also maybe your inner child was bullied, so that magic element was switched off. So it's about firing that back up. How do you do it? Gotta heal. You've got to start healing regular. You've got to be doing counselling, therapy, healing, accountability, daily accountability. The blaming, the shaming has got to stop. The nitpicking's got to stop. Everything's got to stop, because the inner child, in order to come back in, has to have a safe space. And the safe space is within us. So if we become that judgmental, hard, doom, gloom, heavy energy, the inner child isn't going to come in. The inner child will stay around you. The inner child we need to bring back into you. So you've got to become softer. You've got to become gentler. You've got to be able to be deeper, go higher, see higher. You've got to be able to experience this. And to get there, you've got to heal. You've got to want to. How do I do it? You've got to want to. You've got to really want to. None of that bullshit wanting to. You've got to want to. That's the difference. We've got to stop coming into this attack energy towards guides as well. That needs to stop. That came up in a session for me over the past couple of weeks. Somebody lashing out at the guides. Discuss, not my guides, their guides. Stop it. Honestly, stop it. You think about this. If you went to somebody's house and they lashed out at you and blamed you for their shit, would you want to go near them again? No. The guides are the same. They won't put up with shit, guides. They won't put up with it. They're not like us. They're loving, they're kind, but they will not have your shit thrown at them, especially when they can see what is actually at play. So, what an interesting reading. I think it was interesting. Stop bullying your guides. Stop bullying ancestors. Stop blaming, shaming. This is for me as well. Not blaming the universe, blaming God, we came to this planet with free will and free choice. Well, if there's a God, if there's universe and angels, why does all this happen? That should get out a free jail card that you need to drop in the bin and move forward. Flick it in the bin and move forward, because that's just bypassing you and that's holding you back, because you came to the earth contract was free choice and free will. The only people to blame for the way this earth is human beings. It's not entities, it's not the dark, it's not them, it's you and me and to the human race as a whole. All this blaming and shaming, the reason why this is happening is because of them. Needs to go as well, because we're all playing a role in this in one way, shape or form. I've enjoyed this video, it's been interesting. We've done a final message from this deck, because we're getting tired now. Final message from this deck. Loyalty, drama. We have to become the Knight of Pentacles, not this one. This drama, Knight of Swords energy has to go. This is within us all. Every single one of us has this energy within us, and it has to go. Time is ticking. You can't take this energy into the New Earth frequency. You just can't. And what does happen, and this is really sad and tragic, is it gets harder. The more that you get left in the lower frequencies, it gets harder. Traumas get harder. And the reason why they get harder, because there's less light shining on it. And it gets harder as well to really show it to you so you can see it, so it gets highlighted. So it's so important to deal with this Knight of Swords energy, where you attack yourself, you're attacking other people, you're attacking society, you're going down stupid rabbit holes, you're pointing fingers, you're blaming your guides, your ancestors, your pet dog, your mum, your dad, your sister, your next door neighbour, your housing officer, your prime minister. Just has to quit, because this has to come forward. Loyalty. We are in charge of our destiny. And I've said as well, timelines in readings at the minute are changing. Timelines are not written in stone. So predictions are so last year as well. I was going to do a prediction video today for September. And I was like, nah, I'm not, because actually predictions are so last year. So 2020, even though 2020 wasn't last year. We can be doing more, and we should be doing more with our skills, with our time. I know one of the things I'm doing at the minute is I'm getting into podcasts, because a lot of the time, say if I've got 15 minutes or 20 minutes before a client, get on here and then I'll go on TikTok again. So what I've started doing now is I put a podcast on my phone, and I just sit it there and I listen to it. Or if I'm doing some work, I listen to a podcast, read books, listen to podcasts, watch informative videos, watch people that inspire and motivate you. Again, watching what we're eating, what we're absorbing, what we're listening to. If we're just going for TikTok cheap thrills, that kind of stuff, you're finished. That cannot again go to the next level. You've got to be, I'm not saying that because I'm on TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok, but make sure what you're watching is, there is quality on there. There are people on there that do inspire. You've got to search for them. All the drivel hits you in the face as you get on there. It's like any platform. You've got to search for it. It's like any kind of social media platform. There is nothing wrong with social media. It's how people use it. It's how you use it. If all your friends are dipsticks, you're going to get dipstick content on your Facebook. Watching what we're watching our attitudes, watching what we're reading. And another reason for these days out vlogs is to inspire people to do more days out, to do some more inspirational stuff, to take themselves out of their protective bubble, because again, we're not meant to be stuck in at home all the time. We're meant to be getting out into the world. Even if it's just going to your local coffee shop, even if it's going to your friends, depending on what you're going to be talking about your friends. If it's just a witch fest or a cackle, then probably not. But yeah, getting back out into the world, seeing deeper, sensing deeper, feeling deeper, quitting with the labels as well. Some of these, I've said this before, and I think people get pissed off when I say it. Some of these spiritual labels are horrific. Don't do it to yourself. Don't start labelling yourself as a big absorber of people's pain, because boy, you'll absorb people's pain. I can go into that'll be another video I'll do. Free yourself from it. Free yourself from it. Because Diana comes from warrior stock. So do you. So do you. You will have mythology within you. Your bloodline will have mythology. You will have been a part of the ancients. Your bloodline will be a part of the ancients. We talk about generational stuff. It's always generational trauma. What about the generational ancients that you've got? What about the good people? I mean, in fact, they're all good people. They just sometimes make mistakes. So yeah, even looking at the generational trauma, we're going to be asked to look deeper, think deeper, see deeper, to free ourselves from it. This crystal, I'm getting the urge to pick it up and hold it and face it to the camera. Because actually this crystal is very much like you. It's probably been here since the beginning of time. And it's beautiful. It's not let the darkness destroy it. It doesn't make a song and dance about everything. It just is. It stands in its beauty. The wisdom that it's taken, it's not poisoned it. It's been able to channel it and release it. And that's what the earth's doing at the minute, and that's what we're going to be doing, and we are doing at the minute. You can look at this and go, oh, it's just a rock. So say you're out and about and you come across that. It's just a rock. Blech, it's just a rock. But when you chip through, look at that. That's the same for you as well. Many people are not wanting to chip through. And you know something, please note as well that you don't have to go too deep neither to see your light. Each crystal, and us as well, holds so much ancient wisdom. Every single person on this planet holds ancient wisdom via the bloodline, the energetic line, the soul line, the stars, the crystals. I've said there's elements of crystals within everyone. It's up to us to be able to tap into it, to want to tap into it, to see the beauty of it. This lovely colour sparkly is within you as well. Ancient. Will have been around since the beginning of time in one way, shape or form. So, channeling Freya when I get back off holiday. Yes. So, we'll be channeling Freya when I get back off holiday. I think that's it. Have you enjoyed this video? I hope you have. If you have, like the video, what comment shall we do? What emoji shall we do for this one? What emoji shall we do for this one? I don't know what emoji we can do for it. Rainbow, love heart, a crystal ball, a tree. Let's do love hearts, rainbows, trees. Any form of trees. If there's a lake emoji, there might be, I don't know. If there's a water emoji, do that. So lakes, trees, hearts, rainbows, water, stars. Fill the timeline full of that with the intention of sending it out to those that need it. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one that I think may be a Freya channeling, and also a video that I'm going to be doing on chords. So thanks for watching, love to all, see you later, bye.